Hi, welcome to Charlotte's Cooking Show. I'm Charlotte. Today we are making one of my favorite meals for supper, pork tenderloin. I'd like to say that I have a recipe, but I don't. It's just kind of something that I've made up over the years. I will say that it is quite Jamie Oliver inspired, but what we're doing is we're just building a really interesting sauce, and we're starting with my beautiful Pampered Chef large bar pan, and everything will be mixed on here and cooked on here. The reason I love working with pork tenderloin is they're so versatile. You can make savory dishes, sweet and sour dishes, all kinds of great ideas, but they're easy to work with, they're quick to cook, and I always buy them in packs of 2, and I stock up when they're on sale. The reason I love using this large stoneware bar pan is that it holds the heat really, really well. We're gonna cook these pork tenderloins at about 450 degrees, so these stone bar pans really hold the heat well. We're gonna build the sauce right here on the bar pan, and we're gonna start with about 2 tablespoons of regular vegetable oil. So this sauce is all about layering really interesting and tasty flavors. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of soya sauce, doesn't matter what kind, maybe a little takeout packet if you have it. But we've got oil, soy sauce. Our next ingredient we're gonna add is a little splash of barbecue sauce. I always use Diana sauce when I'm not making my own. I love it, it's got good taste. And all we're doing is giving a couple of good, healthy squeezes to our sauce. Our next ingredient is a whole grain Dijon mustard. I love it because it's got that nice sharp taste to it. Just give a couple of great squeezes, and the whole grain mustard gives some really nice flavor to the sauce. So now it's time to add a little bit more flavor. We're gonna start with this lime. I'm going to zest it, and basically you just use a little grater like this, and all you're trying to do is get the green part off the skin of the lime. This adds fantastic flavor, fresh. Now we're gonna add in 2 cloves of fresh garlic. I'll just put them through my Pampered Chef crusher, and that's just gonna add some nice flavor to the sauce. Now I'm gonna add a little tiny bit of fresh ginger, and I'm gonna show you how to peel ginger. That's so easy. You won't struggle anymore. But take a little finger like this, crack it off, and then you're gonna use the back side of a teaspoon to peel the coating off the top of the ginger, and then you just chop it up nice and fine, and it adds great fresh flavor to your sauce. Next up, I have a shallot, just a small one here. I'm going to very finely dice this and add this to the sauce. My next ingredient is one of my favorites. It's jarred roasted bell peppers. I love these. They're fantastic for sauces like this. Open them up. You just pull them right out of the nice oil and water they come in. They're already roasted. You can see the charred skin. And I love the color in the sauce, so I'm just gonna chop up a couple of these red peppers. Our next ingredient, a jalapeno pepper. I'm gonna add a little bit of interest to this sauce. This will bring us some heat, but great taste. Our next ingredient is a sweet ingredient. We're going to use some frozen mango pieces that I have in the freezer, and we're just going to dice those up. Oh, get out of my cooking show. And then we're going to add those to the sauce, and that'll bring some nice sweetness against the hot and the savory. It's really good. We're almost getting to the end of building our sauce. Just a couple of more ingredients. I've got some cumin powder. We're going to add in probably about maybe 2 teaspoons. And then also we're going to have some fresh cilantro. This is how I buy it at the grocery store. And what I do is I bring it home, and I usually take a big knife and I just cut the ends off, and then I store it in a cup upright of some water in the fridge, and they stay fresh and fluffy for almost a week. So with the fresh cilantro, all you want to do is take a handful like this and just kind of twist it, pull it off, and then all you're gonna do is chop this up finely and add it to the sauce. When you're building any great sauce, you're gonna finish this off with some good kosher salt and some fresh ground pepper. Don't put a whole lot on because there's a lot of flavor here, so just a little bit to bring out those flavors. All right. Doesn't that look amazing? So we've got all kinds of color, all kinds of flavor. We're just gonna use a fork, and I'm just gonna stir it all together here on the bar pan. and get ready to add the pork tenderloin to it. Our oven is preheated at 450 degrees. It's important to put the pork in at that temperature, but now it's time to get our hands dirty. So we've got our 2 tenderloins here. This little piece at the end that's kind of thin and skinny, flip it over and mix it in so that it cooks consistently. And now you're just going to add these in, and you're just going to fold them into the sauce, put the sauce all over it, and yeah, really get your hands dirty. So this is ready to go in the oven, 450 degrees, like I said, and 15 to 20 minutes, and it'll be cooked. I will take that out and I'll show you what to do when it's done. Oh my goodness, those look so good. Now we're going to cover them with aluminum foil. And what we do is we call something called tenting. So because this is really hot, I'm gonna watch my hands, but we're gonna pull out some aluminum foil, and we're basically going to create a dome, trapping all the heat inside under the aluminum foil to let the pork tenderloins continue cooking here on the counter for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll cut them open. So our tenderloins have been tented, and they've been sitting for about 10 minutes or so. This is great. You can see here it holds the steam in, and now it's time to cut these up. What I have here, I have a spoon here. I'm also going to use a spoon to kind of give myself a little bit of gravy to kind of drizzle on top of the pork tenderloin once they're plated. But we'll just take them off here like that. And then you're going to use your sharp knife, and you're just going to kind of cut on the diagonal. Okay, let's get a little bit of our sauce, drizzle that over the pork, and then garnish with some nice fresh green parsley. I'm serving this today with a quinoa salad, which is a great side dish, but you know what would be really great with this? Sweet potatoes, a great rice dish, some nice potatoes, that would be so good. But let's give this a try. I don't know what it's called, Charlotte's pork tenderloin with a little bit of a citrus garlicky twist. Oh gosh, it's so good. It's so tender, and the flavors from the sauce really made its way into the tenderloin. This is really delicious. So, pork tenderloin, you should make this for your family.